So for RJ and I, we were actually dating for about a year when we kind of saw this LinkedIn post for Italy going to Chamber, and I've worked with the Chamber for a few events now at the Quality Inn, and we had been kind of discussing kind of taking the next steps in our relationship, and it would be a really good time to kind of go on a trip, especially one like internationally, but it seemed kind of scary to plan our own, and then it kind of seemed like it would be a perfect time for us to grow in our relationship and also be able to have a really great trip.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I think this trip was an absolute test for us, and it was an opportunity for us to see each other at our worst and at our best. And I think this might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I think in that 9-day span of being on a trip together in a foreign country, we learned more about each other than we have in that year and a half. So I think it was the perfect opportunity to take.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Chamber really did well in having us have a stress-free trip from the get-go. Like they had all the plan, everything was planned out for each day from like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m.-ish. And then after that, we had free time to kind of explore and do whatever we wanted. So we had a perfect balance of everything planned for us, meals, tours, all that stuff, and then having free time to go get dinner and explore Italy, whatever city we were in, and we just had a nice balance. It was just, like I said, stress-free. It was beautiful.
And yeah, and they really weren't, Chamber isn't like cutthroat on making sure you follow it along directly. They really let you expand and go where you'd like to. Obviously dinner is kind of a nice thing to kind of do on your own, especially for RJ and I. Just having some solo time was kind of nice for us. But then the Chamber was super supportive in any plans we had. There was a few times that we decided to kind of venture off. We actually got to see a game at the San Siro, so a soccer game, and Karen, who was the person for our trip, she was amazing. She was there for us, asked us any questions, and I think really the comfort of having someone with the Chamber as well as your tour guide on a trip with you, for someone who's a bit of an anxious traveler, was such like a comfort for me, because I knew not only was the tour guide taking care of us, but if I had any questions, I knew that Karen was looking out for all of us and the best intentions to make sure our trip went smoothly, because she cared about us as well as the tour guide. I would definitely say price point wise that although some people might think it's a bulk price, and maybe you could find other things, having that stress-freeness of it and being able to just give a amount. You didn't have to worry about, once again, putting out a payment every single time you got to a location. It was all there in the package. The only thing we had to pay for was basically dinner, right? That's all. Only thing that we really had to put any money towards.
Yeah, and a big addition to that was the transportation. That we didn't have to worry about that also. That was a big part of the fee that just kind of allowed us to know we had transportation to where we were going. We didn't have to think about that, and yeah, that was perfect.
Well, just do it. Like, you really should.
Just do it.
It's a lot of fun. The groups are great. We were one of the younger couples on it, but at the same time, we had such a great time because it's really getting to explore a city without the stress. Like, we would have spent so much more time probably arguing over where to go, what to do, how do we get here to there, and instead we just were able to enjoy ourselves, jump on a bus, and they just took us where we wanted to go, and we got to see so much, I would say.
Yeah, just like to add to that, if you are an anxious traveler at all, you or your partner, this is the best option because everything's just laid out for you, and you just get to enjoy the trip rather than stressing on every single detail every single day. So I would 110% recommend this to any couple to take trips through Chamber.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say, thanks to the Chamber, like, we had an amazing first trip, and we hope other couples our age, or even people that are just not sure about it, that they take the jump and do it, because we would absolutely book again if there's a destination that the Chamber was offering that interests us, because Italy was amazing, and we would be happy to travel with this group again.